book of Ruth. Yes? If you have not read, then I'll strongly encourage you to read. It doesn't have many chapters, very few chapters. It's a beautiful story about Ruth. So from there, I would like to go to chapter 1, verse 16. But Ruth said, "Do not urge me to leave you or turn back from following you. For where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." So here we see that Ruth makes a choice. So according to my version, the book of Ruth is a book of the right choice. And Ruth makes a choice here. So if you note, says, "Your God, my God." So if you know the background of Ruth, she was the daughter of a king in Moab. His name was Eglon. And Ruth's sister was Orpah. And we know that when this choice was taken, Orpah decides to go back to the land of Moab, but Ruth decides to go to Bethlehem with her mother-in-law. And if you know the situation, in Bethlehem, nothing was right, and they had a lot of uncertainties. In spite of that, Ruth chooses that. And from history, we also know that Ruth was probably a young, beautiful woman. But she decides to go with her old mother-in-law to a land of uncertainties. So today, as we are listening to this word, make the right choices in your life. And to make the right choice, you always need God. Whether it may be small choice, like choosing your friend in college or school, or maybe choosing a job, choosing anything, you need to make the right choice so that you will enter into the right plan of God. Again, verse number 2, chapter 2, verse 2 says, "Please let me go to the field and glean among the ears of grain, after one in whose sight I may find favor." And then Naomi says, "Go, my daughter." Here again, Ruth makes another choice. She makes the choice of gleaning in the field. So if you look at it, it's a job of lower stature, but Ruth makes that choice. She chooses to go and glean in the field. But that was the right choice again she makes. And when I tell this, there are a lot of people who may be thinking that, why did I choose this job? It's a low stature job or anything like that. But God speaks to you today. Don't worry about it, because that narrow way, God can turn into a very broad way. God is almighty, and he can work in your lives. And just going ahead, again we see in chapter 3, Boaz says few words about Ruth. Chapter 3, verse 10 and 11. "May you be blessed of the Lord, my daughter. You have shown your kindness to be better than first, by not going after young men, whether poor or rich. Now, my daughter, do not fear. I will do for you whatever you ask. For all my people in the city know that you are a woman of excellence." So here, again, we see a choice from Ruth, because she did not go after young men, whether rich or poor. She had that choice. She was daughter of a king. She could have gone back to Moab. Even in Bethlehem, she could have gone to the richest people there, young people there. But Ruth chose to be with Boaz. And Boaz was much older than Ruth. So she did not go after the glory of this world, but she chose the right thing. And that actually worked so good for her that we see in chapter 4 that Boaz indeed redeems her. And if you all know the history, that how Ruth becomes the mother of Obed, Jesse, and then David. And that is the genealogy of Jesus. Make the right choice in your life. So young people, as you're listening to me today, make the right choice. Whether the subject that you choose, whether the profession that you choose,